Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Berg's Disc Sports. Check out bergsdiscsports.com for the highest quality disc golf bags and gear that have all been fully tested and approved by our disc golf community. The only thing better than Berg's bags is Berg's customer service. For over 10 years, the Flying Disc Store has stocked Australia's largest range of flying disc products. From disc golf discs and bags to ultimate frisbees, throw and catch discs and dog discs, the Flying Disc Store has everything you need. As part of our support of the Tee-Off, the Flying Disc Store would like to provide Tee-Off listeners with 5% off any purchase in the store. Just use the code TEEOFF5 when checking out to get your discount. Visit www.flyingdiscstore.com.au today to grab a deal. And if you have any questions, be sure to contact their friendly staff. And welcome back to the Tee-Off, an Australian podcast about the awesome sport of disc golf. My name is Paddy Robinson. In the booth with me, I've got the Emerson Keith of Oz Disc Golf, Tim Bowen, a.k.a. Bowen Daddy. How you doing, mate?
I like the sound of that, Paddy. Yeah, really good, mate.
Bowen Daddy.
Tell me, Paddy, why are you standing up?
Why am I standing up? Because our last episode name jinxed the hell out of me. And
1,000 rated, Paddy?
No, had a scan, and I've got some bad discs, some bulging discs. Although I've just thought of a great company name for a disc golf company, the Bulging Disc.
They're not the discs you want in frisbee.
No
way.
No. So a bit sore at the moment, but hey, I've come in for our listeners and for you to do more content of the Tee-Off. So
good stuff,
yes.
Paddy. I definitely shouldn't have followed you in as we walked from the car park in here today, though, because I had to go at your pace, and it's pissing down rain again. Classic Geelong.
Classic Geelong.
Drenched.
Nah, no worries, mate. Pleasure. Now, it is just the two of us because Fergie is out on assignment designing some disc golf courses. So I'm not actually sure exactly where he is at the moment, but we'll have to find out in the next episode. But nice and intimate, just the two of us.
Yeah, look, I normally hit him up for a doctor's certificate when he's missing, but when he's putting in disc golf courses, I'm happy to let it pass.
All right, straight into it, hey, because we've got a pretty fun episode. Players meeting, Tim's favourite. We have an opening for a mid-roll advertising slot for the show. So if you've got a disc golf business and in turn want to support the show, please jump over to our Instagram, follow the link tree and find our advertisement form. You'll also find the link to our Patreon in there as well. So if any listeners want to support the show and don't have a business, jump on that. Additionally, I wanted to say as well, so a few people reach out to the show because they got a topic or maybe they want to come on and do an interview. If they jump on the link tree as well, if you've got something you want to talk about, there's an interview form there. So if you fill that out, I don't have to dig through my messages and figure out who's actually messaged in, want to come on and talk about something. So yeah, do that as well. Now, the other thing as well, Terry Bowen has messaged in and has called me out. He said, what has happened to the Dream 18? And Tim, what's happened to it is that it's a shitload of work for about 5 seconds of airtime. And very
visual. Very visual. Doesn't bode well for the auditory forum here.
No, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of fun when it gets going, but it's a lot of work for me in my time off, and I'd rather put my effort into making the show cool. But
let's be honest. The Stony Bandits, the whole 2 bandits killed it too. Those bastards.
Yeah, so Terry, you can go to them with your complaints. But maybe we should just do it ourselves, Tim. I think we've got a pretty hefty, knowledge of the courses around Australia. Let's just get it going.
I think we've played most of them. I think a lot of the people that are sending in their nominations and voting have only played their local. And they're very biased as a result. Take that with a grain of salt. That's absolutely fair enough. But we've played all of them. And yeah, we're just as biased, but our vote matters, basically.
Yeah, 100%. So there you go. Maybe it will be coming back soon.
What's news round the world, round Australia? What's news? What's happened and who's spoken?
It's time for the recap, Paddy. But first of all, you came with a little piece of news here.
Mate, I did. KT.
Kristen Tatar.
Yeah, 999 rated.
That hurts. Surely you can find an extra digit there. Surely.
She got 999 problems, but hasn't rated 81. No, it's currently, she is the highest rated FPO player in history of disc golf.
She took over from Paige Pierce, who was 996 rated back in March of 2021. So very nicely done by KT.
Yeah.
I actually did a little bit of, and it's really shonky math, so I'm sure someone does the proper maths. It's probably wrong. But I checked it out. She's had 8 of the last 13 rounds over 1,000 rated.
Oh, okay.
So if KT actually doesn't play any more PDGA rated rounds for the next 10 months, it might cost her a little bit of cash.
10 months.
Just 10 months, take a few tourneys off. She should be 1,000 rated by September 2024.
Nice.
So that's actually the Aussie way.
I was going to say, yeah, she should come move to Australia for 12 months, Kristen. That'll be fine. You get that. It must be a big bonus for 1,000 rated, and she'll make it worth it. But
yeah, it'll probably make up for the fact that she doesn't win any comps for 10 months.
Well, I tell you what as well. I've literally just gone out and I stayed up late to buy the 2-time Kristen Tatar Graces that dropped on Latitude 64.
And you got me one. Thank you very much.
Pleasure, mate. Pleasure. But now I've got to go on and wait for the 999 rated Grace. So, geez, Latitude just, opening my wallet and taking all my cash.
Is it always a Grace? Does she throw anything else?
Oh, she's got, quite a few. There's Grace, there's the Pures. I
thought she was sponsored by Prodigy.
Prodigy,
She's not Prodigy? After that announcer from last week?
One bloke at Green Mountain thinks that. What else does she have? Oh, St. Pros. She's got some St. Pros. So, yeah, she diversifies, Tim.
I used to chuck a St. Pro. Good disc.
Good disc. And the Grace, mate. The Grace is an awesome disc. Yeah, anyway, mate, we've got a bunch of recaps to go over, so
let's get
hit
cracking.
us up.
Disc Golf Pro Tour Silver Series event, the Discmania Open in Prince Edward Island in Canada.
Wow.
Not in the US, in Canada.
That's a mouthful.
I wonder if Daz has played that one, being a Canadian.
Oh, Daz has probably played everything in Canada.
I'm sure Canadaza. He reckons he's the king of Whistler. Whistler being a famous course over there.
Okay.
Now, there wasn't a stacked field by any means at this one, but there was the world champ and Eagle McMahon there. So certainly some good competition. And it was taken out by Eagle. He won in an exhausting 6-hole playoff. Did you actually watch this one, Paddy?
I did not.
Mate, it was pretty intense. The course, there was a bit of jank. I'm just going to be right out there. It wasn't a pro-level course by any means, but it was pretty awesome to watch. Like, some of the holes massively open, and then all of a sudden you're like, where's the line on this hole? It's just thrown through a forest. It was proper, like Inverleigh 5 years ago.
Okay.
It was the best.
Sweet.
But yeah, the playoff holes, though, were just hole 1 and 18 on a loop. Yeah. So that's why I went for 6 holes, because 1 and 18, there's not a single tree on either of those 2 holes.
Right.
We're talking par 4s. Pretty cool. They'd be fun holes. Big downhill with an uphill finish with OB or hazard left and right. And when you Eagle and Isaac, like, they were just playing lawn darts, and it just went birdie, 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 birdie until Isaac Robinson found hazard by about half a metre and took a par.
Yeah, right.
So well done to those crew. Eagle basically passed out after that because it's trudging up and down the hills. It was huge. FPO, Ella Hansen got a win. Very well done. And the other notable, Andrew Fish was playing. He made lead card. Had a very, very good round 1. Actually had a bit of a mare in the final round. It was tough viewing. He clopped a lot of trees and whiffed a lot of putts. Right. And just almost frustratingly so, he just canned a huge putt on the last hole just to get his round going when it was actually time to finish it. But I just want to say, he's playing Aussie champs, and that's the Andrew Fish we want to see. Hopefully he comes down to Poimina, slaps some trees, and whiffs some baskets. That's what we want to see. Mate, he's 10-18 rated. I don't want to play against that.
Mate, Poimina's got some teeth, so we'll see.
Can't wait.
Who knows what can happen.
100-metre roll away on hole 14. Is that the uphill one? 15 one.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
What we need.
That was cool. Recommend watching that coverage to see the playoff if you haven't seen it. Then we had a huge one, the Disc Golf Pro Tour playoffs. No idea why it's called playoffs, because it just seems like a big regular comp anyway, but I guess you had to qualify for this one.
No little wild cards.
That's it. MVP Open at Maple Hill. Now, this is the #1 ranked disc golf course in the world. An absolute treat to watch. I thought it was funny. Brody Smith and Ezra kind of talked it down a little bit. But the course is sick. Like, you watch it, it's so good to watch. It's probably the best course to watch on coverage.
Mate, sometimes Brody just wants to say something just to be that, have the opposite opinion. But I've played it, man. It's insane.
Insane?
It's insane. Yeah. It's heaps of fun.
Looks sick. Like,
I think par's rated 10-15.
Yeah, 10-15.
Yeah.
Oof. I did see on Instagram, they posted a picture of how many discs they got out of the
I saw that
I think
too.
Bainey shared it. That's where I saw it.
Yeah.
Like 3,000.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oof.
That's a lot of plastic. If you want to just make some cash, open up a disc golf pro shop on that course.
Well, they got it. I was going to say that's how the Pro Tour was funded, mate.
Just print cash. But anyway, we got to shout out the winner, Matthew Oram.
Yeah, man.
Matty O.
O.
Clear fan favourite. And the fans were like flocked in droves to this. It was actually sick to see heaps and heaps of fans. Some of them in the wrong spots on the course. I think Eagle hit one. That was like,
yes, no, I saw that, yeah.
A bunch, they were like just outside Circle 1.
Yeah.
Eagle got hit a fan, kicked down the hill,
actually,
and then cans like a 60-footer back at the basket. Amazing.
Well, while you've mentioned it, in the final round, the boys are coming down. Eagle is like on lead card, and he's got a difficult chance to actually catch Matty O because Matty O's won from the chase card. Well, he's put in an 8 down from the chase card. So Eagle basically has to birdie out the last like 4 holes. Now he gets to the water hole, which I think is like hole maybe 14 or 15. Did you see this? Where like he's played it out. It looks great, but the crowd is like right there.
They're right there. What the hell?
Right there. And it's not hazard. It's not anything. It's just like that's their viewing. And he like skips. Unfortunately, like they've got a little barrier and he skips over it. And then has to go to a drop zone without penalty or anything. But the drop zone's like uphill, looking straight down with the water behind, like pure death putt.
Yeah.
And he misses. I think he takes a bogey from there.
Yeah.
I was just like, well, why you got that there? What's the point of that?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't get it.
Yeah.
But the fans getting in the way, like, it's like when you watch the Tour de France and you see those idiots getting in the way of the bike riders, and the ones that get hit because they're not paying attention.
Yeah.
It's like, you're there to watch. Like, get out of the way of the disc if it's coming your way. Be ready if you're going to be in the way. It happened in the Canadian comp as well. Watch the last hole before the playoffs, 18. Eagle throws a big hyzer out over the hazard, and he's basically throwing directly over the head of like 50 fans.
Yeah.
And he almost like takes one of their heads off.
I was going to say, he's already put someone into an ambulance throwing
this
those
would have been
shots.
dead. Like he tried to throw a big spike hyzer. It came out too low. But anyway, we're beating around the bush. We've got to talk about Matty O. I've got 20 minutes to talk about Matthew Oram. It's been 20 years since his first Elite Series. 20 years. He played a national tour event in 2003, which I think is staggering because the man looks 20 years old.
Yeah.
Like, how old do you think he is?
Well, 100%. I would have said like early to mid-30s.
That's spot on. He's 36. So he's actually 16 back in the day. But like, been playing for so long, and this is his first Elite Series win. That is just insane.
It's nuts, man. Like, you could see like just the raw emotion. I mean, even on the Disc Golf Network when it's all finished, like Terry Miller is on with Nate Sexton and Nate Doss, and he tears up. He's like, oh, I'm just spewing that I wasn't there. That I'm in the booth, I'm watching it, but I wasn't there with him. He starts crying and like, just very emotional. Matty O in his final speech too, which we might play quickly.
Absolutely.
Let's have a listen.
Matt, wow. You just got an extended round of applause by one of the best crowds in disc golf. Everyone knows the significance of this moment. What emotions are you feeling right now, man?
I know I hate saying this because I hear it. I watch so many freaking sports. That's what everybody says. I'm really for a loss of words, for real. I can't even believe it. Like you said, you're like, I've turned into a different person out there. I don't know what happened on hole 12. I just felt like something came into me. I just stayed so relaxed. I tried not to make eye-to-eye contact with nobody but my caddy, and I just tried to stay in the zone. And I just think it all comes full circle because, like, everybody says that you need to get that win, but people don't realize how much sleep I've lost when I could have won this tournament the first time I came here, 2010, when I lost the tournament on the last hole, so I could have easily got rid of it then, but I thought about it the whole way, walk up the fairway, because I was like, nobody but Steve Dodge in Barsby remembers that I lost in the last hole of this tournament. So I got to change it.
I want to give you the floor. There's so many people that have mentored you along the way in this game and so many people that have helped you get to where you are right now. I just want to give you the floor. Shout out anyone that you want to shout out. Say whatever you want to say out here to the people.
It's got to start off with my dad, number one. And then it goes into people like River Sherrod, my hero, Ken Climo, Eric Tracy, Mike Worm Young, my dog, freaking Buddy Picott, Michael Preston, Wally Freed, Cecil McGuire. So many.
Matt, I'm going to go let you celebrate. You got a pond to jump in, my friend. Congratulations.
Yeah, just getting a bit emotional at the end there. But Timmy, something he does say in there as well, I found quite interesting. I wanted to bring up the fact that he said he didn't want to make eye contact with anyone but his caddy at the end.
I like that. He strikes me as that weird kid that doesn't make eye contact in any way. There's probably a little bit going on there. But very good tactic. Just laser focused for the actual the task at hand. So well done.
I mean, we love talking a bit of mental game on this pod. Very, very interesting one that, like, right, no, I'm not taking in anything, staying in the zone, staying focused. And I love that, caddies aren't such a massive thing in disc golf yet, but I think they're starting to be, especially on that pro tour.
They should be. I really swear by the caddies, honestly. That's.
But it's like, right, well, it's not just getting anyone just to carry your bag as it once was. It's now like, okay, it's a serious job in PGA.
Yeah.
So to have someone that you trust that much to be on the bag at a pivotal moment for the guy is pretty interesting. I'm not really sure who his caddy was, actually.
No, neither. But really, that just hammers home the absence of the caddies for like Kelvin and Scott at Worlds. That was a missed opportunity for them, I feel. But look, awesome to see by Matty O. He's the man. He's got the goofiest putt going round. He's always got the thick sunnies on top of his head, never on his nose, and he's got the tackiest shell necklace. Caddy. I couldn't look past the shell necklace. They're never in fashion. They're not coming back in fashion, but you just loved to see it.
Yeah.
Matty-O.
He's I went through and watched a couple of compilation videos of like the best of Matty-O and that sort of stuff. And I'll throw it out there. Anyone who doesn't know much about Matty-O, go jump on YouTube, have a look at some of these compilations because they're freaking hilarious, man. Like, my favorite one. So Matty-O is like a massive football NFL fan. And like a running joke is like when he's unsure like what he's going to do. I think he supports Alabama. And when he like walks up to to his shot or something, he'll get his phone out and he'll pretend he's talking to like the NFL Alabama coach. I'm like, hey coach, like it's Matty-O again. Just here, like I'm 40 feet out and it's my second throw. What do you think I should do? And like it's just hilarious. He seems like an absolute character, and apparently he does that just during rounds too. Like keeps the crowd honest and involved and engaged. And I mean that's why he's a crowd favorite. So
absolutely, he's it seems like a funny dude. Someone I'd want to play disc golf with. On the FPO end of things, probably the polar opposite. Someone maybe a little colder in personality stakes. Hayley King got a great win. She took down the beast, Kristen Tatar.
Yeah, KT comes second again at MVP.
And it all came down to the last four holes, mate.
Yeah.
The hailstorm went 3 down through the last 4, and KT went 1 over.
Yeah, huge from Hayley. I mean, we haven't really talked much about her all year.
Yeah.
And then she comes out and smashes that one. Like, huge win. Like, and she's got all the shots as well. So, really cool to see her put it all together and, knock a big notch on the win list for her.
Absolutely. Love her forehand, love her backhand. It actually came down to hole 17. That was the real clincher between this battle. Hayley putted first and got the bird. And then KT, she had maybe like a 7-meter putt and just full whiffed it, airballed it. It rolled a little bit because she whiffed it on a elevated basket, and she went on to 3-putt, and that was all she wrote.
Yeah, that hurts. She won't be out for long though, knowing KT.
KT.
Yeah.
Now let's move to the Australian tour. We had the 2023 Bayside Cup presented by Kingfisher Disc Golf in Kapalaba, Queensland. Paul Phillips got the win by only one shot over Abra and 2 shots over Dan Adamek in third place.
Nice, Paul.
Gavin Cowan just smashed the field. Huge 15-shot win in MP40. He actually tied the MPO score, so well done to Gavin. MA1, Hayden Fateni in a playoff over Josh Morrison.
Ooh.
MA40, Dennis Lodvig. FA40, Natalie Jones. MA50, Andrew Stanley. MA2, Kieran Goltz. FA2, Michaela Warren. MA3, Simon Tanner, fan of the show. He got a win by 1 shot, so well done to Simon.
Also, Dennis Ladwig, he's an original fan of the show too. He sent in a few things on your Dennis.
And MA4, Finley Atkinson. FA4, Tanya Behan. And MJ15, Joe Paul.
Very nice.
Now we have a new course in South Australia.
Oh man,
at Bel Air.
If I could walk, I was actually thinking about getting over to this one. They were telling us about it at the SA Open, a little bit about the area and about the design, and I've been excited about this ever since hearing it. So
I heard from the Parks boys it's got Timmy Bowen written all over it, mate. They reckon it's built for the Taipan. So I will be there. I'm very keen, particularly when the names of the comps are this sick. It's called Fresh Prince in Bel Air. Well done, boys.
I did it. Yeah, I was like, the Fresh Prince Open sounds all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fresh Prince.
Prince as in like footprints. I love it. So good.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It was taken out by someone with an equally awesome name, Youngblood. Youngblood Roche had a 1-shot win over Damien Malco and Matty Noblett.
Very nice.
MP40, Alex Costales, Heiser Flight Ausdis, always give him a good shout out. MA1, Gareth Morgan, he had a 1-shot win over Tim Davis. And the TD, John O'Dract.
Yeah, right.
So well done. The TD curse didn't quite knock him all the way down, but 1 shot off the pace. Jono, very well nicely done. MA40 was Ryan Nicholson. FA40, Christy Hales Thornton. MA50, Dan Hartley. MA2, Luke Fisk. FA2, Janet Ford Adams. She snuck over from Victoria, so well done to Janet.
Nice, Janet.
MA3, Jan Hansen. MA4. Now, I didn't know if this was a joke name. Madis Arust. Madis Arusti. Is that a joke name, or am I getting form for one there? I hadn't heard of him. Anyway, Madis
I like it.
Arust, well done. And FA4, Bonnie Opitz. So well done to those crew there. We had another comp in Queensland. The Kingfisher Disc Golf presents the Battle of the Bowl in Townsville.
Yeah, that's right. This is the back-to-back tournaments, isn't it?
That's it.
Nice.
We're going to see some familiar names, but there was a change-up in MPO. Dan Adamak had a 1-shot win over his good mate and competitor, Liam Downing. Liam was charging in the final rounds. Dan actually didn't have his best in the last round, but got it done by a shot, so well done to Big Dan.
That's his first MPO win, I think, as well.
Might have been. I should have looked that up. But neverther's, congrats.
Well, maybe
to
for
Dan.
23. I don't know. But I think that was in the caption on his post-round, recap.
Oh, I've been off the socials lately. Got to get back on there. But Dan, it won't be his last, that's for sure. Can throw a disc. Very, very good player. MA1 was taken out by Hayden Fateni again. So that's 2 in a row over Josh Morrison. Those two forming a bit of a rivalry there, I reckon. Brad Turner and Ash Carter took out MA40 and MA50 respectively. MA2 was Kieran Goltz, so he went the double as well. FA2, Talira Blackburn. MA3, Matt Freeby. MA4,
Good name. I like it.
Rowerda Bryan. FA4, Sam Whitehouse. And MJ15, Cooper Waite. So
Very
well
nice.
done to all that crew who took part in tournaments over the weekend. Next up, we've got a couple of big ones. Aussie Disc Golf Day goes down everywhere. There are competitions happening everywhere. I get to play 2 this weekend, Paddy. Playing the Throllers non-invitational. And that's a good segue to our guest today. We're having the graces of Chris Ronalds from Throllers to talk about the non-invitational and just Throllers in general.
Yeah, sounds good.
Perth Open. And then we've got the New South Wales Open. So, Paddy, can I get a tip for New South Wales Open? You're not playing it, obviously. You can barely walk.
No, I can barely walk. You know what, Timmy?
Mm-hmm.
You play pretty smart. Are you playing it? You going up?
So don't tip me.
All right. I would have tipped you.
Couldn't get a gig for this one. It's on when the rugby grand finals on. So flights were like stupid expensive for Sydney.
I was going to say, our teams are out of the AFL final, so
that's it.
Don't give a shit about
Highest
that
rated
anymore.
Austin D'Alessandro. There's also Chile, Jade Brady, Dan Frost, and Leith Brody, and it's pretty stacked field.
Jade is playing?
Jade is playing, yep.
All right, I'm going to throw it to Jade.
Actually, on that,
Yeah.
we've got Bainwatch. He's obviously over in the States.
Yes.
Caught a lot of people by surprise. They saw Jade as a spectator. Just caught a glimpse of him in the crew. They're like, is that Jade?
I've seen a few photos, skimming around about it.
And he snuck over.
He snuck over. So fun, like completely random. There were a few photos that got posted from the Queensland Open recently. And we jumped on there and we were sharing a few good huck faces. So we're having a bit of a laugh. To which Jade had a really good one where he's, looks like he's doing impersonation of a dog growling at someone. And I just sent it to him on Instagram. I said, "Oh, you're looking good here, mate." And next minute he's like sending me videos of, the MVP Open. I'm like, "Oh, like, are you there? Like, what are you doing? Are you just watching this on your phone or what's going on?" And he's like, no, and send me some selfies. And he's like, "Oh, Eagle just come past." And,
oh, mate. Jade, you're like one of the best disc golfers in the country, mate. We're all obsessed with you. Chuck some stuff on the socials, please. We want to live vicariously through your adventures here. But that's awesome. And he's coming back for New South Wales Open. He'd be a decent shout. You going with Jade?
I'll go with Jade. I know he's out there playing as well. He's going to play a lot of courses. So, yeah, the body be feeling good, I'm sure. And, I'll say Jade.
This is the most even battle. I'm going to be glued to the live scores for this one. I really know I should tip Austin, but I'm going to go with Dan. I reckon this is going to be Dan's.
Yeah.
He's good at these sorts of courses, keeps it in bounds, very good putter, I think.
There's a lot of, the Armoury, it's very open. There's a little bit of trees and stuff, but it's not the most technical course, so they've brought in a lot of man-made OB. So Dan would, I like that pick actually as well. Like to play safe, play inbounds, and just work your way through it, break down the holes. So actually, a really funny Armoury story as well. Right next to the Armoury is a prison.
Rightio.
Yeah, and I can't remember who it was, but there was a hole that was running along, and someone's like on the big, Hail Mary shot. Full on shank. This is at like a New South Wales Open like years ago. They've sent their disc into the prison, and they've inked their disc.
Oh boy!
And we're then started to receive like all these like messages and calls from prison inmates.
No way!
After they've nicked, found their disc.
Not to mention, there's been a guard that's been decapitated by a thrown disc. What the hell? There's a prison there.
Yeah, there's a prison. I'm sure, like someone they've grabbed the disc, they checked and see like what's strapped to it, or that type of thing. But I
reckon you'd let that one go. Just go buy a new frisbee.
I'd go buy a new phone too, I think. But
that's funny.
There you go.
Now that recap went on for an absolute eternity. We better go to a quick break, and then we'll get our guest on.
Looking for help with course design and installations, a new disc or other accessories for your game? Well, OzDiscs has a huge range of all disc golf equipment in stock. 5% of each sale goes back to support your local club through their rewards program. Also, did we mention they have next day shipping? Well, jump online and check out OzDiscs now at www.ozdiscs.com.au.
We just called to have a chin wag. We just called to have a chat with friends. We just called to talk some disco and to catch up on the latest disco trends.
Okay, and on the phone we've got Christopher Ronalds, hailing all the way from Melbourne. Chris, how you doing?
Very well. Happy to be here. How we doing, fellas?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Chris. I'm glad you come on. It was a pretty expensive shout to get you on here. The Throllers, interview fee is exorbitant. So that is very, very privileged to have you on, mate.
I was going to say, we get hit up for like tournament sponsorship, but no, we can't do that anymore. We've blown the budget on just getting Chris here. I don't,
Worth it though. We got you on to talk about the massive comp that's going down this weekend at the illustrious Werribee course. Throllers non-invitational. Chris, tell us about this.
All right. So, the first thing that we have to explain is definitely the name. So, as you alluded to, we're running a very small listener-based podcast at the moment, small but passionate listeners. And we were like, you know what? We want to host an invitational and get these guys out for a tournament, expecting to be, 6 or 7 players. But then it turns out PDGA doesn't have many rules, but one of the rules it has is you can't have a sanctioned event if it's an invitation only.
Oh, there you go.
Change that rule.
Yeah, I had no idea about that. So, and obviously neither did Alan. And so we were just like getting sorted, got in touch with Paul Arden, obviously he missed the rules himself, and he was like, boys, hold up, you actually can't do that. I was like, okay. So hence was born the non-invitational that we only advertise through our podcast. So obviously I see Tim's name on the list, but Paddy, notable absentee. Haven't listened yet?
Well, to be honest, I was actually protesting because I wasn't invited, but now it seems really silly.
And the answer is no, he doesn't listen. I'm your number one fan, though, Chris. I don't miss an episode. Absolutely love it.
No, I do listen. I got a shout out the other week. I enjoyed that.
I'm glad you boys have invested in a microphone or two, because that first episode was all boy.
Oh, first 3 or 4 were a couple underwater, but yeah, we got a little bit of gear that Alan picked up from somewhere, which is helping the sound come through. But yeah, back to the comp. Pumped. We got running just 4 divisions, pretty evenly poised.
Very even. I think like everyone's pretty much between 850 and 950. It's going to be tight.
Yeah, it's going to be very tight. We're recording an episode tonight, and I'm trying to pick me winners, and Tim's obviously looking good in MPO.
Mate, it's you or me, surely. Daz has no chance. Who else? Leo Dykes is probably going to smoke us. And Blake Nichols.
Yeah.
Right, I mean,
yeah.
But
there's some good plays in there.
Yeah, look, if we're not winning it though, Chris, at least like we're so evenly matched, at least we're going to have a good battle.
Yeah. And yeah, MA1's tight as, MA2's tight as. There's a smoky in MA2 though. There's this fella, goes by the name of Stat Pendo in MA2 Penn, and his PDJ rating is just not equivalent to his ability.
Yeah, well, thankfully, I just having a look. He's not a propagator, so happy days.
Yes, he's not a propagator. I thought you might pick up on that. Because yeah, he's just charging. His league day the other day as well was outrageous. So I think he's the only lock for me going into the weekend.
Now I'll throw out some picks. Chris, I'll back you. Because you've is this a new design?
Dirty. I don't know if I can see out this episode.
Newish design. So Werribee's been there a bit over 12 months now, but Alan and we called up the council, and all the baskets are movable, and they're like, do as you please. So we just went and stood there, and we tried to create a bit more scoring separation, to be honest. Obviously, we know Tim and myself don't love when the ratings get absolutely pounded by the MA3 players shooting 1,000 golf. So we just stretched it and made it a bit tighter in a couple of pockets just to get a bit more separation.
I sussed out like 12 of the holes the other day. Mm-hmm. Loved it. It was fun. Yep. I almost had an ace too, hole 2. I threw one. Sick. Like I saw the basket, then I walked to the tee and you couldn't see the basket. So I was like, I threw a low shot. And then I was like, I'll try the spike hyzer. I threw it and you're kind of like, I think that's roughly all right. And then the next thing you hear is dong.
Oh, wow.
Straight off the band. So,
yeah, right. Sick.
Yeah, but everything's movable in Werribee.
Yeah.
Nothing's tied down. A lot of sticky fingers in there. So I'm glad to see that you're moving everything around. Looks like it's going to be good fun.
Glad to hear that there's still 18 baskets. That's great.
Yeah, I reckon you should get out there a day early and just check. Make sure everything's still there, Chris. But yeah, look, I'm going to tip Daz. I think Daz is just in great form at the moment. I can't tip myself. So,
Tim, I was only putting on for Chris, but I've got you, mate.
Attaboy.
I mean, good luck, Chris. Yep.
But Chris, who's your tip for MPO? You can't tip yourself.
Yeah, MPO, my tip is Tim. Smokey is Leo. Daz is written down as well. Mm-hmm. I'm just not I play at the moment, my golf is either 980 rated or 880 rated. And I'm playing definitely a lot more 880 golf at the moment, just not being able to put the time into it. So, and also obviously semi-running the janky events, so I don't anticipate playing that well, but look forward to watching the battles unfold.
Doesn't matter though, Chris, because like MPO is made up of like people that are new to MPO, so they can go all the way from that range, and then it's the disc golf and dads, and we can like 880 might get it done, mate.
Yeah.
It might.
Now, we've talked about the non-invitational enough. We need to talk about Throllers. So Throllers is obviously a massive rival of the tee-off, but you are near and dear to us. But tell us, what exactly is Throllers?
So it's a small dedicated podcast that just focuses really, really niche, and we're just constantly looking for ways to get more niche. So we get feedback about how to grow the podcast, but we're actually looking for feedback in the other direction. Like, we want to know how specific can we be. So really just targeted at our Melbourne audience, the Eagles, as we dearly call them.
It's almost exclusively Western Melbourne at this stage too. It's like the Western suburbs only. I love it.
Western suburbs disc golf's blown up. The amount of courses that has obviously emerged, and there's some in the pipes as well. So Western disc golf is going places.
I did not even know Werribee had a trial course. That's they're just popping up everywhere.
Yep.
I was going to say, a segment for you. Last episode, we had a disc golf nickname sort of come in with Aidan Dightwick being nicknamed Fingers.
Yes, I did hear it.
Yeah, mate, I reckon you just need to do full-on nicknames. Start making nicknames for disc golfers and then only refer to them. I think that'd be a great segment. That's niche enough.
Done.
But how did Throllers all come about? So it started off as a little bit of a passion project between Al and yourself?
Yeah, it's definitely all Alan's brainchild. Not taking any credit there. I don't know if it was born like at our Green Jacket weekend. So me and a few of the Melbourne guys, we compete for a pretty prestigious green jacket, like the Masters jacket. And not long after one of the Green Jacket weekends, Alan's like, we're starting a podcast. He let the group chat know, and everyone gave him donuts, rightfully so. And then next minute, he just like called me up one day. He's like, cool, we're recording episode 1. And I'm like, oh, cool. All right. And next minute, we're recording episode 27 tonight.
Man, you're pumping them out. You're going to be jumping us soon. We're going to have to lift our game, Paddy.
Mate, we're quality over quantity.
There you go.
I've got Alan to send me through some stats. We're averaging between 40 and 60 listeners an episode, and that's just way more than we were shooting for, and that's pretty much our turnout at league days in Melbourne at the moment. So, chuffed.
Yeah, 40 to 60,000 listeners per week. That is amazing. Yeah. Awesome stuff, Chris.
No, it's a lot of fun. You know, you're friends of ours, so obviously we enjoy listening to it anyway. But there's some good content on there. So if anyone hasn't heard of the Throllers yet, jump on, have a listen. I know I listen to you guys on Spotify, so I'm sure you guys are everywhere else anyway. But yes,
just Spotify. Spotify.
Just Spotify? Yeah. Okay. All right. Just Spotify. That's all you need to be.
And just lastly, before you go, Chris, so on a personal note, congratulations on the arrival of the new fella. I heard he's all going well. Has he thrown any discs yet?
Not yet. But,
what about yourself, though? Are you almost ready to come back? Because I was used to seeing you at every tourney. We're so like nicely rated. We're so like evenly matched. It was always good battling with you, and I've missed you in this paternity leave session of your life that you're going through. We need you back.
Yeah, I would love to come back. At the moment, Theo is definitely the top of my list, and I'll, outside of running the occasional one-dayer, look, I might make a sneaky appearance at Nationals, but it's definitely been light on, and I don't know when I'll be coming back.
Please, mate, you got to come down to Nationals. It's at Poimina. We all remember that AJ Destroyer that you threw on hole 1 at Poimina. We'd love to see that back in action again.
Actually, we all?
Chris, have you bought Theo a PDGA number? That's what I did.
I have not.
Mate, get on that.
I was going to say,
got him in the queue for MCC. But need to get onto the disc golf for sure. What number did your boy get?
Well, it was right at the time when the 200,000 was going off.
Ooh,
So, it was about a week and a half after he was born, and I ended up getting him 200380.
Not bad.
It went off overnight, so that's what he's got. Yeah.
I know Cam Ford was going for the 250K. I just wanted some repeating numbers, so I got Lloyd 2550504 and Nancy 25505. So
nice.
I'm really hoping Nance plays because that's a cracking number.
Yeah.
I just love the fact that by the time they play their first tournament, it'll be $1 million. It'd be awesome.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, before he's won, I'll be able to have a shot at the 300,000 for Theo.
I was going to say, that's what, hold out for that now.
Yours is pretty decent, though, Ronalds. You're 52327, so you're in the 50s. Yep. What about you, Paddy? What's yours?
62059, mate.
Oh, mate.
So, Chris, we started playing about the same year, about 2012.
Correct.
looking on the old Peter J. But that number's 10,000 below me. You got in a little bit earlier, I think. I dig it.
Yeah, a few of us found it that year. I remember, it's a Price Park. Where did Melbourne used to set up then?
Yeah, Price Park. Yeah.
I remember a couple of league days out there with you.
Tim, that's going back a few years there, mate.
Yeah,
we were playing on...
trip down memory lane here.
Yeah, we were playing on the pop-up material baskets.
No, not the beach baskets.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. They don't catch
Were they
anything.
made by DGA? Who used to make them?
Yeah, DGA.
Yeah.
And the Ching baskets. And freaking hell, man.
Yeah.
All right, Chris. Well, thanks heaps for coming on, man. We really appreciate it. Loving Throllers. Loving the fact that you guys are running a tourney. I can't wait to play it. And hopefully it's a hotly contested battle between you and me, and one of us gets the chocolates.
Hopefully some good weather and maybe an ace or two.
Sounds good. All right, Chris. Thanks again.
Peace out, fellas.
All right, big thanks to Chris there. Really cool hearing about, the podcast, but also that they're doing some tournaments and stuff. Tim, does that make you get that TD cap of yours a bit itchy there, mate? Or?
Oh, I'd never want to TD anything ever again. But it'd be cool to have like the toss off or something like that. Maybe the name could do it a little bit of work.
Let's workshop that. I hope you're meaning a disc golf tournament there, Tim. Freak it out.
Look, when I can get you and Fergie playing a tourney, I'll TD one. How about that?
Sounds good, mate. Sounds good. All right. Next up, we were going to do it last week, but we ended up talking worlds way too long. So we've actually got Trash or Cash coming back. Now, it's always better with three in the booth, but Timmy, I've been looking forward to this one for a while, so let's just get it done.
Let's go, mate. I'm keen.
Straight up, playing disc golf in wetsuit boots.
I mean, it has to be trash. What's the story here? Who plays disc golf in wetsuit boots?
So playing Bendigo, the card in front of us, we catch up to him. It had rained overnight, but it wasn't raining during the round. And one of the blokes in front of us forgets his disc, runs back, and I notice, legit, he's wearing wetsuit boots. And I thought, that's straight up trash, mate. What the hell are you doing? Because they're not waterproof. They'd be slipping everywhere. I thought, straight up trash.
Yeah,
I don't know how we did
trash. You see some fruity disc golf footwear out there, like the guys that rock up in like jeans and Timberlands that play disc golf around. You're like, oh my god, boys. That's unanimous trash.
That, I'm just trying to find it. Here it is.
Next one, the crowd clapping a bad shot.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
I've noticed this a lot on like Pro Tour, all that sort of stuff. They'll be sitting there putting in their bogey or double bogey putt.
Yeah,
even like from 4 or 5 meters, and people are clapping.
Yeah,
like I don't know whether that's what you need when you think. I mean, I've been guilty of it too. Like if maybe someone's like cashed in their 7 meter bogey putt. Like, oh, nice putt. Yeah. Like trying to like throw out that like, well, it was a nice putt. Like try and give them a little silver lining. But
what do you meant to do? Think, just be like dead silent. That's almost more awkward.
Well, I've heard LeCastro talking about it. He hates it.
Nico definitely hates it. He's like, it was a bogey.
Yeah.
Don't clap. So, all right, Nico.
So yeah, what do you reckon? Actually, like clapping in, after like a bad hole, not a bad shot, I suppose, like a bad hole.
I'm gonna say it's cash. Do it.
Yeah,
because it's like you're spurring the player on. You're like, yeah, good work. You've got it done. Doesn't matter if you went through 8 shots to get there. You got it done.
Yeah,
well done. Get on for the next one.
And hey, I'll say cash too, because if Nico LeCastro hates it, then I love it. So no worries. Okay, now, Tim, I'm going to read this one out because I think you sent this in.
I sent this one in. This is like something I'm very passionate about. It's a bit of a bugbear of mine, and I'm keen to see what the listeners and what you have to think about this.
More than 2 putters at the practice basket.
It's a big old fat trash from me. So, this is like, you go to a tournament, right? There's maybe 3 tops of like practice baskets to putt on. So every basket has, 2 or 3 people, sometimes 5 or 6 people in there. We're all putting. The routine is putt, walk in, get your putters, walk back, putt again. Then you got that bloke's got 5 putters, and he hasn't just got his putters. He's got
Name it. Throw some names out.
No, it's every man. This is like so rife in the community that it needs to be taken up like at the judicial system or something. Something needs to be done about this because you see the people they're not even practicing with their putter. They got their 2 putters, they got their approach disc, they got their mid range, and they got their fairway. So they're just like, I just need the reps. Mate. It's like no, get 2 putters. If everyone putts twice, there's no waiting around for the person with 8 putters.
Well, look, it is absolute cash for me. I love having at least minimum 3 because everyone else seems to have 2, especially you, Tim, when we're playing tournaments. And there is nothing I like better when Tim starts walking in after his 2. I've still got 1. I can see you make eye contact or try to make eye contact with me. I was just like, all right, I'm just going to reset here and I'm just going to line up and just actually, I might just test the wind, just get the feels. Tim, just hold there, just 1 meter from the bar, and then go to shank it straight into the cage. There's absolutely nothing better. So
what compounds it makes it worse is the fact that I only have 1 of my actual putter. Because I bought 10 practice putters accidentally in the wrong plastic. So, so before a tournament, I only have the 1 to putt with. I've recently acquired a second one, so we're all good now. But for ages there, I was sneaking in. I was like having 1 putt, and then I'll sneakily quickly grab it out and have another putt. Well, because Paddy, you take forever. You're a regular Aussie Nico over here.
Yeah, I love it on the practice basket.
But no, surely that's trash. Can I just put the public service announcement out there for everyone? I love a PSA.
Yeah.
Don't bring more than 2 putters to the practice basket at tourneys. You know you're going to get a grilling from me.
All right, we will throw that one out because I'm going to say it's cash.
If I catch someone putting with their bloody approach disc too, if I see you putting with a zone, like you're getting a slap. I'm just fair dinkum putting it out there.
All right, we'll throw that one out in the socials. I enjoy that.
All right, next one. I also sent this one in. Signing your own discs.
Yeah.
Now, it's got a story here.
Yep.
So this is not put your name and your number on your disc in case it gets lost.
Yeah.
I was hanging out with the young fellas, trying to re-find my youth. I was hanging out with Blake Houston and Alex Caneston over in WA. And Alex has just been overseas. And I see him pull out a disc out of his bag. I'm like, oh, it's signed. I'm like, mate, whose signature did you get there? And Blake just starts laughing. And Alex goes, oh, it's just mine.
Did he ace with it? Did he
just had to get the famous signature before he's
literally just signed it.
Mate, it's a signing your own disc. I was like, you know what? That's pretty swag. I'm going to sign my disc.
Swag. Yeah. That's absolute trash.
I don't know. I kind of liked it because you see like Macbeth, like. He doesn't roll like P. McBee.
He doesn't need to, mate. He's like printed on permanently.
Mate, Alex doesn't need to either. We all know who he is. He's a distance world champion, mate. So look, I'm giving it cash. Thought it was funny at the time. I'm giving it cash.
Cash? All right. Jeez.
Nah, I'm kidding. It's trash. It's got to be trash.
Say trash.
But very funny, Alex.
Yeah, I love it. It's ridiculous. All right. This one was sent in. I can't remember who sent it in, but marking a shot in a casual round. So I'm assuming this is like putting your mini down.
I think I'm getting pissed. I think someone's personally attacking me here. I mark every single shot. I think the person who sent this in knows that I mark every single shot.
Right, okay.
It might be half a metre from the basket. I'm going to mark it. In a casual round all day.
Yeah, no, I reckon that's fine.
That's fine?
Yeah, 100%. You want to...
Got off the hook there. Thought I was going to get slandered.
But it's more like the amount of people I see rock up with no mini. Even at tournaments, they don't have a mini. Like, get a mini, man.
Like, it's not the fact that I need the extra, 10 centimeters or how I don't know how big a mini is, but I don't need to be that bit much closer. I just need to, not be thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because if I don't mark it, I'm like, I don't need to mark it. When I'm putting, I'm just thinking I don't need to mark it. Yeah, it'll go in. I'm close enough.
Yeah.
And I'm not concentrating. So I just mark it, take that variable out of the equation, and then I miss the putt anyway.
I mean, if I'm not, if it's super casual, I might just do the old disc flip.
Oh, disc flip's fine in casual.
But if I'm having a bit of, wanted to keep the routine a little bit in my casual round, I'll put my mini down. That's fine.
Yeah,
I'm not pissed off if anyone else does it.
I'm going cash.
Cash, yep.
Now, next one, saying nice up after a missed putt. So nice up,
right.
not nice run.
I've got a little bit of a story here
here
on
we
this
go.
one. Yeah, I did send this one in. So right, we're at Bendigo. On the league card, I think we're in the last round, or maybe it's the no, sorry, it was round 2. We're at this hole where there's baskets like on a little bit of a ledge. I think it's about like hole 3 or something in the normal layout. Aiden Howard and Blake Nichols are on the card, right? And Blake's playing really well. I think he's got a couple of strokes up on Aiden, and they are mates outside. They've played ultimate for years. Okay, so Blake ends up going first. He sort of shanks his drive. Aiden gets down. He's sitting about like 8, maybe 7 or 8 meters to the basket. He's downhill, looking straight up at the basket. Blake then lays up. He's maybe 3 or 4 meters, so he's right there for par. Aiden then tries to hit the birdie putt. Straight out of the hand, it was low. Never looked like it made it. And then he sits literally like under the basket. And Blake goes, nice up.
Yeah, cash.
Had a bit of a chuckle, especially during like a PDGA, round. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Then Blake goes to line up his putt, needs it for par, puts it straight into the cage.
Oh boy.
It goes down to the ground and then rolls to about 6 meters. And there's just silence from the whole group. And I looked over at Aiden and I could see like he was just thinking about it. And then there was this delay of about 2 seconds, and then nice up comes out.
That's so good.
And then Blake missed the bogey putt and takes a double. And I was like, that's just savage. And I loved it. So I am saying it's absolute cash.
Yeah, me too. But like, is it the same as saying nice run? Like when people like it, not
100%.
Not like having a crack at someone when someone actually misses a putt and you say, "Oh, good run."
No,
That's
I think nice runs at least like, because I might say, nice run. If it's like a good height or something, or maybe it looks good, I'm like, nice run. Like legit, you gave it a run. Mm-hmm. But I think that nice up is like you're laying up. Nice approach.
Yeah, I always want to say saying nice up is cash, but then saying like nice run is like trash. Because no one wants to hear nice run after they missed a putt. And we're saying it like for like 9 meter putts. It's not a nice run. It should have been in. You missed it. You say, it was close, mate. Better luck next time, dickhead. That's basically what nice run means.
Yeah, all right.
So yeah.
Well, it's good. I think that's cash all day.
So nice up, cash, nice run, trash from me. Next one. This one was sent in. Mundaring's Artificial OB. Holes 1, 2, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 17 and 18. I did not realise there were that many Artificial OB holes in Mundaring.
Yeah, I mean, Mundaring's like hard enough. And then you've got, Artificial OB on all of that.
I'll tell you what, there's a bit going on hole 18.
Yeah.
I actually had zero clue. Like, I was just like, okay, I got to make the island. I got to make the green.
Yeah.
Apparently, you could lay up. Like, part of it was hazard, part of it was OB. Then, I had no clue. I was just like, I'm going to throw it, and if I'm parked, I know I'm in bounds. And if I'm not, then the spotters, my card mates will tell me where I have to throw my next shot from.
Right.
So that one gets trashed from me. I think a lot of the other OBs kind of necessary. Like on hole 1, you kind of need it. Hole 2, you kind of need it. Can't remember the rest of the course, but I think overall it's going to be a cash.
Yeah, I think the Mundaring OB has been pretty well thought out. The only one I haven't liked in the past is the par 5 where they lined the edges with it. And I think if there's any OB out there that is stopping your disc going like straight into like natural OB, then it's trash.
Yeah.
But I know the guys have like actually like put a lot of thought into it, and it makes the holes harder, and you have to actually think about them and navigate them. So yeah, I will say the Mundaring Artificial OBs are fine actually at the moment, but
except specifically hole 6. Hole 6 is trash. Hole 6 they've got, and there's actually one other one. There's like it's like a diamond shaped OB on one. There's kind of
which
OB
one's hole 6? Is that the par 4 with
hole 6 is the one that Ricky Wysocki eagled with the roller.
With a roller.
Yeah. Which like at our level, you're basically just making everybody cap their drive at about 100 meters.
Yeah.
And that just takes away the people like Blake and Alex and others that can throw further.
Yeah.
And it doesn't let people go for the roller because unless you're Ricky and you're really going to get across it, the risk just isn't there.
Yeah, okay.
So I reckon that, holes like that, you're just kind of like, why is that OB there? Just let people mash their disc. If someone can throw 100 meters, great. If someone can throw 150, then good on them. They
Give
get that
them
extra
a chance.
50.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
And there was another one that was like, it was a hole 11, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we can't break them all down. I think overall, cash.
I don't feel like I should give cash to Artificial OB, but I think it's necessary in this case.
All right. Chase card champions, mate.
Yeah, it's a good point. So we obviously just had one. Chase card champion at MVP Open. Second year in a row. Simon won it last year from Chase card. It's trash.
Yeah, I agree.
It makes for the viewing, like, unless you're watching it live, and even then, you're seeing a lot more of the feature card more so than the chase card.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anyone watched the MVP Open on Jomez.
On Jomez, yeah. Well,
it was
actually,
awkward.
Shout out that clip of Matty O before was from Jomez as well. So
shout out to Jomez.
But if you just randomly watch that, like, oh, cool, like, watch this, and you're watching these four guys just battle it out, and then, like, oh, okay, so they didn't win?
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's what it did. They played, like, most of it, and then they're like, oh, actually, no, Matty O's 5 holes ahead, and now he's 5 shots ahead, so they're kind of done.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chase Card Champions, make sure you get on lead cards so we can actually watch it properly, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna say trash.
Now, this one was sent in, and I think this was bloody funny. Came from Reddit. Second place trophies. And there's a reason for this, Paddy. Do you have the story?
Yeah, so just a random Redditor was out staying at an Airbnb the week after the Blue Ridge Championship, which I think was maybe about a month or so ago. But they're staying in the Airbnb, and lo and behold, in the trash, they find second MPO trophy for the 2023 Blue Ridge Championship, which I believe was won by Bradley Williams.
Bradley Williams.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see his thought process here. One, getting a second place trophy is just a constant reminder that you did not win. But also, the thing is like made of metal and is like this huge lofty thing. These people are on the road touring. Like, what's he going to do with this big chunk of metal?
I mean, I hope that's what it was from, because it's not the worst looking trophy you've seen.
Yeah, it's not a bad looking trophy.
It's not the greatest, but it's not the worst. And yeah, I mean, if he didn't have room in the truck, all right, fair enough. But
that's funny as though. Imagine checking into Airbnb and then you find this like second place in a disc golf tournament trophy.
Yeah.
If you weren't a disc golfer, you'd be like, "What the hell is this?"
Honestly, I think chucking the trophy in the trash is trash.
That is trash.
That's a bit rude.
Second place trophies are absolutely cash. Like if we didn't have those, my trophy shelf would be pretty bad. So
mine would be a bit bare too. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to display second place trophies.
That's it.
You don't have to, but I'm going to say it's still cash because they're cool.
It's cash, but that is a funny story. Yeah. Bradley Williams, just utter disrespect for the second place trophy. Awesome. And the very last one, we have player cards.
Yes. Now, I've actually I've seen online that there's been a new company take over the Disc Golf Pro Tour official like trading cards, collector cards of the tour. And
so we're talking like baseball cards, footy cards, basketball cards, Pokemon cards, this sort of deal.
Yeah, but on steroids, man.
Yeah.
On absolute steroids. Now, I don't know if anyone out there follows like any of like the baseball ones. Mm-hmm. But like there was like these cards going around. Like the most famous one was I think it was like LeBron or something. And it had in the actual card, it's like encased in this plastic thing. And the card has like the emblem from each 3 championship, like in the card. Okay. Like this company, I forget the name. I'll look the company name up. But they're doing that. So you can get like, there's a Calvin Heimberg card that's got part of his disc where you can see his name.
Wow.
Actually, the actual plastic in the card, encased in this stuff. So yeah, I was just like, I didn't realize that had come into disc golf. The things are freaking nuts. Like, pretty cool. They've got this like real big collector series of the Pro Tour. You can check them out on Instagram. I'll look up what it is, but yeah.
I don't know if we need anything more collectible though, because discs are already inherently collectible. Why do we need to get player cards as well, Paddy?
Because I love collecting shit.
Yeah, me too. Actually, I just had a cracking idea. Imagine if they came out with like Tour Series discs, but then there was like one version of it that was like the rare foil. Like, you get a rare foil in Pokemon cards?
Oh, mate.
Best day ever.
I would freak out about that.
So imagine if just like all the Sexton Firebirds were exactly the same, except there was one that had a shinier foil or something. Oh, boy. cash.
Like, can you even?
But player cards, I mean, we need to also talk about the Aussie player cards. You had them from the Vic Open from like a million years ago. And we had the cards at Champs for Inverleigh just 2 years ago.
So it's a little baby of mine in some of my tournaments. I brought them out.
Absolutely bloody awesome, Paddy. I loved it.
Yeah, if anyone... no, I call dibs on making Australia Pro Tour cards.
Yeah, do it, man. Do it.
But I was frothing over these things. Too bad they're probably like the shipping on them is going to absolutely drain my bank account. But I'm going to say cash.
Yeah, player cards at cash as well. I'm a collector freak, so that gets a cash.
All right, Timmy, I've just found. So it's Brixton is the company that have made them, and it's the Golden Era disc golf player cards.
Right, mate. You just cost a lot of Aussies a lot of cash.
Yeah, you got to jump on, check it out. They're freaking sick. All right, and that brings us to the end of another episode of The Tee Off. Thanks for listening, guys. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Send any questions or topics in you'd like us to discuss. Tim, just the two of us, nice and intimate. I really appreciate it, mate. Thank you.
On you, Paddy. Until next time, get your back better so I can get out there and have a round with my mates.
Sounds good, mate.
So that's the end of the episode. Thanks for listening. I don't know why you're still here. We have to go see our families. Seriously, just go play disc golf.